Hi guys, and welcome back to Readers Readers with your host, Clinton Reed. Britain. I keep forgetting to add the Britain. So the title of this video, I'm sorry, I am super tired, hence why we're sitting cozy on the floor. I'm drinking water. I slept way too hard. And I've been wanting to put these books away. So, this is my September wrap-up. Cozy edition. So, in the month of September, I finished 15 books. I had 2 3-stars, 1 3.5, 1 4-star, and 11 5-stars. This is actually one of my best. I do believe it's one of my best. So last month I had 11. May I had 10. April had 15. So I've actually been reading some amazing books this year. Just so you guys know. This is going to be the toughest year for me to pick my faves. Just so you know. But this deck chooses my favorite book of the year. Which we'll get to that at the very end. Which is so funny. But okay, out of that, I'd have 2 rereads in here, which that is in the middle. We'll get to those in a moment. I have 11 of the books have queer representation as a main plot point or a side plot point. I have 13 with romance as a main plot point, and I read 5,772 pages. I did really good this month. I know it's kind of small compared to other months that I've read 15 books when it comes to page count, but I read quite a bit of fantasy this month, so I'm proud of myself. So my 2 3-stars I will talk about together. I won't talk about a lot because I've already got a video discussing them. And that is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I did not read this edition. I read one online that was 69 pages. Don't know why that looks like it's cut. And Raising the Horseman by Serena Valentino. I gave both of these 3 stars. I actually thought this was going to scare me a lot more than it did. But I don't read a lot of classics, so I'm proud of myself for that. And Raising the Horseman by Serena Valentino is a Legend of Sleepy Hollow retelling told through Katrina's point of view and a descendant of hers, and it's sapphic. That's all I'm going to say. Enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. Glad I read it. My 3.5 and my 4-star were both rereads. My 3.5 was The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I really did enjoy this, but I just was kind of bored. And I don't even know if I even want to continue the series. We shall see when I read Dream Thieves. I ain't going to tell you what this is about. Everybody and their monkey's uncle talks about this, so. And my 4-star goes to my reread of ACOTAR by Sarah J. Maas. I won't tell you anything about this. This is one of my favorite series of all time. When I first read this, I gave it 5 stars, but apparently this is my first ever time rereading book 2. Or book 1. And I hate Tamlin. Enough said. Now we're into my 5 stars. Which means I absolutely love these. These aren't fully like ranked, but they're kind of ranked to my favorite book of the month. So you'll see. My first 5-star I want to talk about is No Rings Attached by Rachel Lacey. This is the continuation to Read Between the Lines, which I absolutely loved earlier this year. This follows Leah Harris and Grace Poston as they fake date, road trip, one bed trope, Leah and Grace are both best friends of the main character, one of the main characters in Read Between the Lines. Leah needs a date to take to her brother's wedding, and Grace gets roped into that, and I loved it. I cried, I bawled, it was adorable. It was one of the best things ever. Loved it. And next one I want to talk about is A Taste of Gold and Iron by Alexander Rowland, which is in a lot of these that are coming up next are in some of my favorite lists of the year, so there's really no ranking order for a lot of these, but Taste of Gold and Iron. This is a Parisian Mel romance bodyguard romance slow burn with Cadu and Evermere. And all I'm going to say is this is one of the best slow burns I've ever read. This is something I want you all to go into blind, but no, this is very character driven, not plot driven. And I stan Cadu and Evermere for life. For life. And if we do not get a sequel, I will be angry. Just saying. Excuse me. Next, I want to talk about Ace of Spades by Farida. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. This, I'm not going to try to pronounce it because I am really bad with pronunciations of names. This is a YA Gossip Girl meets Get Out thriller. All I'm going to say is go into it blind. I will state one of the main characters is queer. Go into it blind. How do you stop an unknown enemy? And just know that ending I'm still thinking about. Because what's his name got what was coming to him. That's all I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. Next, I have Legendborn by Tracy Dion. I need Blood Marked like yesterday. Thank God it comes out this month so I can read it in November. This follows Brie Matthews as she ends up going to a premier high school called UNC Chapel Hill. And she gets thrown into a society called Legendborns, which are inspired by King Arthur mythology. Just know, I absolutely loved this. Oh, and I just realized that I haven't been telling you guys what I read these for when it comes to Seasonathon Academy. I'll do all that at the end. I totally forgot all about that. Like I said, my brain. These next two I gotta talk to together because they are book 1 and book 2. And an amazing duology that I cannot stop thinking about. And that is Blood Like Magic and Blood Like Fate by Leslie Sandberg. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. All I know is this is my favorite duology of all time now. I'm going to sit Blood Like Magic down so I can talk to you what Blood Like Fate down so I can talk about Blood Like Magic. This follows Voya Thomas after she's in a society with witches and they have their calling and she has to complete a task to get her powers. And completing her task in this is destroying her first love. But this is a girl who's never been in love. And that's all you really need to know before going into it, because I feel like the synopsis spoils a few things. So just know that, what the hell is in my eye? Give me a second, guys. Sorry. Something sharp is in my eye poking me. Did I just get it out? Did I get it out? Did I get it out? I got it out. Cool. But I do like how the back says, the whole to save my family's magic, I must destroy my first love. I never wanted to be a killer, but I am a Thomas Witch. We suffer and we survive. I highly recommend this duology. Just fucking read it. It's one of my favorite things of all time now. Next, we have Amari and the Great Game by B.B. Alston. This is the sequel to Amari and the Night Brothers. Can't really tell you much about this one because it is a sequel, but book one is about Amari who finds out her brother works for this secret organization of paranormal magic investigators, creatures, keeps the supernatural world private. They're kind of like a paranormal version of Men in Black. Just know, I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I need book 3 like yesterday. This is probably one of my all-time favorite middle grade series. I'm obsessed with Amari. I love Amari. Just Amari. Next, I read this one as my other Rockstar Tours book, and it has now become one of my favorites of the Rick Riordan presents. Hope I can pronounce this stuff right, but Sarah Boating's Guide to Vampire Hunting by Roseanne A. Brown. This is a middle grade following Sarah in a, this is a Buffy meets Ghana mythology, and her found family. All I'm going to say on that, I have an entire video dedicated to this. Go check it out. That ending still has my mind going, the fuck happened? What the hell you mean this is over? Yeah. Next, we have The Sun Bear Trials by Aidan Thomas, which I read for the group book for Seasonathon Academy, where we interviewed Aidan. This is Percy Jackson meets Hunger Games with Mexican, Aztecian, Spaniard, and Indian, Spanish-influenced mythology systems. And that's all I'm going to say. Because, like I said, a lot of these I went into blind, and I think you guys should, because with that alone, you should pick it up. This is fucking amazing. Trans representation to the max. Chapter 15 has one of my all-time favorite trans conversations. The ending, I need book 2. Both me and Sterling were cussing up a storm when we finished the books. So we are excited for book 2 in this. I do believe this is a duology right now, but I'm everything. Next, we have Boyfriend Goals by Riley Hart. This follows Milo and Gideon. Milo finds out that he had a long-lost grandmother they didn't know about, who has died, and he has inherited her bookstore, the apartment above, and the bookstore building, so he owns the store next to it as well, which is leased out to Gideon, the tattoo guy. Milo is on the autism spectrum, and this is their romance. Just know Milo and Gideon are probably one of my all-time favorite couples ever in the world. And I saw a lot of myself in a lot of the things that are discussed in this. Just read it, and this cover. Guys, illustrated covers are where it's at. And my favorite book of the month, and now my all-time favorite book of the year I've read so far, is The Guncle by Stephen Rowley. I did not think I was going to love this as much as I did, but this follows Patrick O'Hara, who is known as Gup, gay Uncle Patrick. Loves his niece and nephew. His sister-in-law ends up passing away, and his brother has to go into rehab. And so he gets custody of his nephew, Grant, and his niece, Maisie, who help him rediscover the true meaning of love, acceptance, and life. And like he's been a shut-in for 4 years since his partner passed, and they just help him come out of his shell again. And I love it. It's one of my favorite books of all time now. This is like everything. Just everything. That's all I've read. So let's go down the line with each of the books, and we will see what I read or what. Well, I'm going to go through the challenges. Let me grab the books. Put all of the books in front of me, and I will tell you as we go down the challenges. Just know I completed Seasonathon. For English 1010, read anything you want. For that, I put down Raising the Horseman. So there's that. For Math 1010, where I had to end up on the number 1, I read Legendborn because it ends on page 551. Oh no, 501. For History 1011, read a book set in the past, I read Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Mass Media History Communications 2200. Listen to an audiobook. I did Boyfriend Goals, but actually 99% of this could have been that. For History 1030, African American History, read a book by a Black author. I did Sarah Boding's Guide to Vampire Hunting. For Gilded Age, a book with foil cover, I did Blood Like Magic because of the shrine. To me, that's gilded. History 2450, the Depression Era book involving mental health. I read A Taste of Gold and Iron. History 2510, History of Epidemics, read a book involving a virus or plague, Blood Like Fate. I did not read a book by an Asian author, but History 2850, Colonial Latin America. I did read Sunbury Trials, which is a book by a Latin author. For Classics 3960, Mythology, I read The Raven Boys, which has Welsh mythology in it. I did not read another one with Arthurian legends because I already used Legendborn. Philosophy 1110, Applied Critical Thinking, read a mystery. I read Ace of Spades. For Introduction to Philosophy, which is a book involving good versus evil, I read Amari and the Great Game. For Introduction to Ethics, read a book involving tough choices, I read Guncle. And for Elementary Foreign Language 1, I read A Court of Thorns and Roses, which is a book set in a different country other than my own, because the map of Parinthia is actually the map of Great Britain, but I could also count No Rings Attached, which part of this book is set in Great Britain. I made every book work for Seasonathon. I'm so happy. We completed Seasonathon Academy. I hope you guys enjoyed Seasonathon Academy with us. I know we have some exciting things we're hoping to plan for Merry Bookmas, but I'm just excited. Well, that's all I've got for you guys today. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new, hit that subscribe. Also, comment down below. Let me know, did you take part in Seasonathon Academy? What was your favorite book you read during it, besides the group book? Because I know a lot of us absolutely enjoyed that book. Also, comment down below if you've read any of these books that I've talked about. Did I convince you to read any? Yeah, that's all I've got for you guys. Remember, kids, reading is what... Oh, wow, that's my old... That's all I've got for you guys. Remember, kids, always be fabulously yourself.
Bye.